Our Ohio State coach Ryan Day has named a starter and kind of did it on Monday in a very shrewd way because he opens his press conference like, hey, I know you want me to talk about the Michigan sanctions, but I'm not. Oh, by the way, Julian Sayin is our starting quarterback.
I mean, this would have been a good time to admit that your brother set the whole thing up, though, right? I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys.
Allegedly. We're joking here. Joking.
Yeah, so I have some takes about the quarterback stuff. Do you want to hear them?
Yes, well, let me set it up. Okay, Julian Sayin is their starter against Texas in the season opener. He beat out Lincoln Kienholz. Julian Sayin is the redshirt freshman. Lincoln Kienholz, redshirt sophomore. Julian Sayin, of course, is the player who was one of the highest ranked quarterback recruits in the class of 2024. He came to Ohio State, was going to Alabama, had signed with Alabama, was on campus at Alabama, had been in bowl prep with Alabama before they played Michigan in the Rose Bowl. Then Nick Saban resigns and Julian Sayin decides, nope, not going to play here, reopens the recruitment and winds up at Ohio State. Now he is Ohio State's QB1.
Yes. Okay, so in my 10 years covering Ohio State, there was only one position battle that I can recall at any position, and I'm assuming that there were upsets at places that I can recall where they veered off the plan. And that one quarterback battle was Cardale Jones and JT Barrett. And you want to know why? Because they were put in a position that was not part of the plan. Nobody thought that Cardale Jones was going to come back after they won in 14. And then it set up a dysfunctional quarterback battle that I think you could make the case tank their entire season, in which they were the best overall team in college football that year. To me, I think this is highly functional to not only continue out to the plan, and you know that I'm obsessed with plans. You're not as obsessed as I am. But
plans change.
To name,
want to make God laugh? Tell them your plans.
Yeah, 14 days before the season.
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. Mike Tyson.
Yeah, that's a good one. Woody Hayes once said that nothing cleanses the soul more than getting your ass kicked, which I think is a good one too. And we're talking about Ohio State, so it's perfect. But I just think that it's functional. To me, I've said this on the show, and I've said this to you, Andy, that what are the odds that you would have two different human beings in your program that are different ages, have been in the program for different amounts of time, and that would be identical in skill set and ability? It's just what do you need the extra week for? Name the guy, get the guy in place, start developing your plan, visualizing your season around that person. Let the team know who's going to be your leader, and just do it. I just don't know what the extra week is even for at this point. I like this move. I think it's the right move. I didn't watch every throw and every rep in practice, but from everything that I've heard, Julian Sayin was superior. Name him the quarterback and get moving. I mean, to me, it is the most functional.
Yeah, and it makes sense based on what we've heard is that he had been distancing himself. The Kienholz have put up a good fight, but that Sayin had distanced himself toward the end. And so now you have a guy who can start preparing for one of the best pass rushes in the country. And remember, this is an offensive line that's been revamped because they lost some really good players to the NFL. So you have him working with the ones exclusively between now and the Texas game. So that's the right way to do it. And this is probably the most of all the first year starting quarterbacks, and obviously Arch Manning for Texas is another one, but of the first year starting quarterbacks on these top tier teams, Julian Sayin has the biggest built-in advantage because he's the only one who gets Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah. He is a wild card. We don't know for sure what he's going to be, but it's not outside of the realm of possibility that by week 7, he is a household name. And you get that advantage because you have Jeremiah Smith. You get that advantage because you're Ohio State's quarterback. You're going to have a talent advantage in all of these things. But we've all looked at every of these new quarterbacks as replacing the person that just left. It's certainly within the realm of possibility that he's better than Will Howard by the time his career is over, right? Will Howard was a very good college quarterback, but was he the 5th best quarterback that Ohio State had in the last 10 years? This is what they do. They have 5-star quarterbacks come in and they play. So, I'm excited, and I'm happy to see that they did it at the time that they did it, and I think that it's going to work. I really do.
So Ryan Day talked about this And obviously Ryan Day was not on the staff when they made the JT Barrett Cardell Jones decision that you were talking about earlier. That was 2015. Ryan Day was on the staff when they had to decide between Dwayne Haskins and Joe Burrow. And they chose Dwayne Haskins. Joe Burrow transfers to LSU. Now that was a situation that played out during a spring practice, and then Joe Burrow went to LSU after spring practice. But he said this felt a little bit similar to that, where it felt like they were pretty close, but eventually you have to go with your gut and make a decision. Now, that one, Joe Burrow ends up being one of the greatest college quarterbacks of all time, having one of the greatest seasons a quarterback has ever had. But Dwayne Haskins was a very good starting quarterback at Ohio State and a first-round draft pick. So it's a little hard to relitigate that one as well.
I mean, Ryan Day did compare this battle to the Haskins-Burrow battle. And I was like laughing because I was like, are you comparing them to the people or the battle? Because those are very different things.
I think it was more the situation than the people. Yeah.
But also he didn't compare it to any of the other quarterback battles that have happened in the years since. So that's a good thing. Both have very live arms, apparently. Both are very good throwers. And, you know, I think that Will Howard gave Ohio State's offense a little extra oomph last year because he was mobile and picked up some pretty important first downs and, you know, big chunk plays with his legs at times. I don't know that aspect is going to be there with Julian Sayin, but I do think that if he's as good as, you know, I think he is, that he'll fit into the system quite well. I remember watching him at the Elite 11. Was it 2 years now or 3? I'm bad at math, but he was the best quarterback on the field and he won the Elite 11. And, you know, from that point on, knew he had a pretty great arm. So, yeah, 5-star quarterback developing behind a quarterback that won a national championship and then going into start is a pretty good situation for Ohio State. And even if we don't know exactly what it's going to look like or how good he's going to be, I think it's a pretty safe bet to know it's probably going to work out.
It's back to school time. The place to go for all of your back to school needs and your back to football needs, your back to tailgating needs is Academy Sports and Outdoors. They're all over the country. They have everything you need for your tailgate. They also have everything you need as you're sending your kids back to school. The backpacks, the clothes, the shoes. Oh God, the shoes, Ari. Have you done, you haven't, your kid's not old enough to have the shoe shopping experience where I've got to have this particular pair of shoes. Or
no, she's not old enough. But the thing that I think is interesting, not to cut off from your Academy read, is that it is the most diverse store I've ever been in.
That's right. That's right. You can get Liv's backpack for school this year, but you also can get a grill that you can bring to the tailgate, or a grill that you can set up at your house for when you're watching on television. They got it all. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there. We love it. And yeah, may have to hit them up later this week because I'm smoking a brisket right now.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is one of those situations where, and it's funny because like with Ohio State, you're talking blue chip versus blue chip. This is not.
Yeah, right.
It's not usually going to be a situation where somebody wasn't heavily recruited. And to kind of contextualize where Julian Sayin fell in, if you use the Rivals industry rankings for 2024, DJ Lagway was number 1. He, of course, is the starting quarterback at Florida now. Julian Sayin was number 2. Dylan Raiola, who is the starting quarterback at Nebraska, who once was actually committed to be in that Ohio State class, was number 3. So that's where he fits in, was obviously very highly thought of coming out of high school. And that's why Nick Saban wanted him. And that's why Ryan Day wanted him. And Nick Saban got him. And then he retired. And then Ryan Day got him. And now
having Nick Saban wanted me on my resume would be a pretty great bullet point.
Yeah. I was Nick Saban's guy.
Nick Saban wanted me.
I like that.
Shannon Terry wanted me. That's good.
Exactly. So 2.5-point favorite. The Buckeyes are at home against Texas. Are you surprised they're a favorite in this game?
Yes, I've been surprised they're a favorite in the game for 6 months.
I don't think this is going to change anything because I think Vegas was expecting Julian Sayin to start. So what do you think Vegas knows that we don't?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's possible that I'm overthinking it. Just that Ohio State's got two of the best players, the two best players, in
and
college
they're just like they're at
football, and
home.
They're at home. Like, I don't know. But we did that list of best players in college football, and it was funny. It's like, what would you rather have just in the abstract? Number 1 and number 2, or number 3, 6, 8, 9?
I don't know.
I mean, like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm surprised in Ohio State's favorite against anybody, but like Texas is my national championship pick. So them being a dog on the road to open the year is and also too, Texas like played with Ohio State's super team last year down to the wire. Like,
yeah, it was a very close game. Texas has the ball at the goal line.
Yeah,
maybe to tie it very late. And
now listen, Texas lost a lot too. We can't act like they didn't.
That's true.
They have a lot of really good players. I think I would take Texas's quarterback. I think I would take Texas's running back room. I think I would take Texas's defensive line. I think I would take their linebacker. Like, they've got better. It seems like they've got better.
You take Ohio State's receivers.
You take Ohio State's receivers. That's the only.
You might take Ohio State's secondary, but I think that's a close one too.
You think you might take Ohio State's offensive line, although Texas's offensive line
they're both well? They're both in kind of the same boat where they were really good last year and they lost really good players to the NFL and they've got to restock.
Yeah, I mean, but like every level of Texas's defense has a stud.
Yes, yeah, you like that, especially the Texas D line is nasty. Yeah, but which Julian Sayin is going to have to figure out.
We'll pick this game in a week from Monday, but like. I guess it's not that surprising.
A week from today.
Oh, yeah, a week from today.
Oh, holy crap.
Woo. Yeah, I have a little bit of... We're going to Clemson LSU, which is going to be a great game. I do have a little bit of remorse that we're missing this one, but we'll watch it on TV, hopefully at a Texas Roadhouse while eating rolls. But the last time we did that, Ohio State lost to Michigan.
Yeah, so it's bad for Ohio State. We probably have to pick something different.
Dude, that Paulie G's place on... Oh, we were not going to be in Columbus. I'm all confused. You're going to have to take me to a place in Atlanta. That place that we ate dinner with Bruce Feldman and Stuart Mandel would be a good place.
La Sparrow.
Is that place open for lunch? It was a great burger.
And you're not... I keep trying to describe how the travel is going to work to Ari, and he's not understing the geography of it.
I just keep forgetting I'm going
to be together till we meet in Clemson.
Yeah, you're right. Well, then you can tell me where to watch it.
Ari's coming through Georgia, and I'm coming through South Carolina, and we'll figure it out. There'll be some nice chain restaurant in Anderson, South Carolina, where we watch.
I'm getting my cities confused. I'm getting my days of arrival confused. I'm getting my meetup point confused. I don't even know where. Like, are we even going to the game? I don't know, but I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm going to be in Atlanta on Friday alone, and then you and I are going to have to come up with a place in South Carolina to eat lunch together to watch the game. Got it?
We got it.